This next one is bonkers, by the way. Thank you for that.
Well, let's get right into it then. You guys, hey, you're watching Bad Movie Brothers. I'm Eric.
I'm Chad.
And the bonkers movie we watched was Reckless Kelly.
Holy cow, have you ever heard of this movie before? Did you know this existed?
I didn't.
How does nobody know about this movie?
Because it's terrible.
Is it or is it a cult favorite?
I think so. Reckless Kelly is a movie written, directed, and starring Yahoo Serious.
Is that a real person?
Yeah.
Does he exist now?
Well, I don't think he's dead, if that's what you're driving at.
Well, like, is he still doing these things?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh.
But he made a splash. He's an Australian comedian that made a splash in America with the movie Young Einstein. And people, that is, I think, a cult movie.
He's a comedian?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this movie, did you not know that this movie was supposed to be funny?
Well, that was my question. Is it? Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's supposed to be funny.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that.
What did you think it was?
I thought it might have been just an Australian movie that they thought was good. I don't know.
So you think that this is what Australian cinema is?
Certainly in early 1990s?
93.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
All right. Good to
It's
know.
not much different than what American cinema was in the early 90s.
Well, that's a big part of what this movie is about.
This is 100% a movie we would have watched 100 times had we found it at the library.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
I don't know about it. This, to me, now, longtime viewers of the show will know that in our last episode, we talked a great deal about rankings.
Uh-huh.
This movie, to me, was very similar to one of our first movies, The Wizard of Speed and Time.
Yeah, that would be 100% comparison for me.
Where it is a movie that is supposed to be a wacky, wacky movie. And occasionally succeeds at that. But to my mind, is hindered by the writer, director, and star being really angry about something.
Yeah, what the hell was going on?
So this is a movie that seems to try to have a message.
And now hold on, before you even get into the message.
Sure.
They set this movie up, or whoever put this movie out, is also advertising at least two pretty serious movies. Like the trailers at the beginning of this movie, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trailers that I sat through. Like Major League 2 is one of them. The Hudsucker Proxy is one of them. Like, these are real movies.
Yeah. This was like a real movie release.
Yikes.
Let me look at the box. Warner Brothers distributed this thing.
Is that a Hollywood Video?
It is from Video Update. Store 27.
But go ahead with the message you think the movie has, and let's see if we compare.
Well, so the movie is ostensibly about Yahoo Serious plays Ned Kelly, an outlaw.
A real life one.
Yes. He's a bank robber who needs to conceive of a way to save his island that he and his family live on from being bought by a bank and sold to Japan.
Uh-huh.
And it threw out a very complicated plot.
Yeah.
The movie seems to be angry. I had to write it down because the movie seems like it's angry at a lot of things.
Yep.
The movie is angry at banks, guns,
yep,
Hollywood, and specifically that Hollywood is violent and weird. The idea, and this is kind of an 80s Australian cinema thing, but that the Australianness of the country is being stripped away, and England.
And identity theft.
Sure.
That's in there.
Yeah.
But you're right. There's a lot of weird anger stuff, which I didn't get. That's why I was like, is this movie serious or not?
It's definitely a message movie.
A lot of preaching.
Yeah.
Literally. A lot of preaching literally happening.
A lot of preaching and so much in so many different directions that it's hard to get behind any one of them.
Uh-huh.
You mentioned that Ned Kelly was a real guy. Real quick, he was. He was an Australian outlaw in the late 1890s and early 1900s. He is their Robin Hood.
Right.
But he was a real guy and is still to this day a major Australian hero. The character in this movie bears no resemblance to him.
No, because he's played by Yahoo Serious. What's this guy's real name? Do you even know that?
I do not know that.
Okay. Now, the lady,
Yeah.
that's the girl from The Office, correct?
Excuse me.
I like the way you talk. In fact, I like everything about America. What you reading?
Shakespeare.
I don't think so.
I believe so. I think that was Michael Scott's love interest, the boss, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Let's find out. See if I have any reception in here. This is an exciting part of the show, folks. Let's see. It's Melora Hardin is the actress's name.
Uh-huh.
It is, Jan Levinson on The Office.
Yeah.
Good call.
Give it to me. Robin Banks is her name.
Who is Robin Banks?
That's her name in this movie.
Ah, okay.
You didn't get that part?
Oh, no, I didn't. I just got it now.
Come on.
Robin Banks.
Oh, man.
I swear to you.
And she didn't even care that he was robbing the bank.
No, she's a super obnoxious character.
Yeah, she was reading Shakespeare.
Out loud.
Yeah, during a bank robbery.
And then later on a flight to America from Australia.
What was she wearing?
Good question. Weird. She was dressed like one of Two-Face's hench people from Batman Forever.
Looked like Toucan Sam.
Listen, I have been on a flight from Australia to America.
Ooh.
In this century, when planes are faster, you do not want somebody reading Shakespeare out loud on that. That is a tough flight.
A lot of plane stuff that would not fly today.
Oh yeah, he straight just brings guns onto the plane.
I'm going to America.
What for?
Rob a few banks.
And just a ton of beers.
Oh yeah, that liquid's not fitting in a Ziploc bag. That's for sure.
And he apparently brought his motorcycle.
That's a good
Which
point.
they didn't point out, but
No,
all of a
that's a
sudden
good-
it was in L.A.
And then back in Australia for the end of the
Right.
movie.
Yeah, no problem. After it falls apart several times.
Now what?
Right. This is a bike that keeps losing parts, and we're to believe that it made a transatlantic flight twice.
Yeah, no.
No, sir. No, sir. This is a weird and a difficult movie. A fact I wanted to throw at you real quick. You surmised that this was a popular Australian movie. It was.
Yeah. Clearly.
In the United States, its total box office gross.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to take a guess?
This is just U.S., not
Just
like North
U.S.
America.
Just U.S.
How many screens? Do I know that?
I do not know that.
$20,000.
203,000.
Oh, okay. That's way better than I thought.
But not good.
Uh-huh.
In Australia,
Yes. 2 million.
5.5.
Yeah, this dude's for real. You can't have a name Yahoo Serious and write and direct films and not make money on them.
Right. Well, you need to be taken seriously.
Right.
Yeah.
Yahoo
sure.
Seriously.
For sure. This is such a weird movie. I don't really know where to begin or end.
Can I
talking
ask
about
you
it.
a huge question? Two
Please.
huge questions.
Yeah, let's have them.
Number one,
Yeah.
if you had to remake this movie now
Yeah.
with an American actor,
Yeah.
because I don't know any Australian actors.
You probably know more than you think, but go ahead.
Well, you know what I mean. Who are you remaking this movie with so that it looks and sounds fairly similar?
Excellent question. So it's a thing that I thought about a lot watching, because Yahoo Serious is the problem with this movie.
Yeah, oh, big time.
Because he's the writer, the director, and the star. Any problems you have with this movie are his fault.
Right.
Granted, the things you like about the movie are also his fault.
Yep.
But it's a performance wherein Yahoo definitely thinks he's the coolest guy alive.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
What can you possibly do by yourself?
Trust me.
So now take that,
Yeah.
wrap that idea
Yeah.
into an actor today,
Right.
to put him into
Yeah.
this movie.
Oh, undoubtedly, this movie would be better with anybody else as the star.
Sure.
Because he doesn't bring to it the charisma of even a Paul Hogan.
Yeah, but keep.
Yeah,
the
I
idea-
know. I just wanted to make that point.
All right.
So who would I put in it today? That's a difficult question. It's a very
That would feel the same
Yeah.
way like that.
the best. Whoa, you don't even want me to cast better? Oh,
No.
okay. You
I
want?
want you to cast similar.
Oh, okay.
There's
Alec
only
Baldwin.
one. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
There's only one. It's not Alec Baldwin. He doesn't look like Alec Baldwin. Who does this guy look
Well,
like?
I have to. Now he has to look like him.
That also has the same sort of feeling when you see him in some movies, some TV shows.
Carrot Top.
No, Jesus. Come on. Although that would be a good one. That would be a good
Thank you.
one.
Yeah, I'm not too far off base.
Matthew McConaughey. is the only one.
It would be a better movie with Matthew McConaughey.
It would be a better movie, but it'd be very, very similar.
But that would be a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine the scene wherein Ned Kelly figures out he has been shot in the lung, and so air is escaping him whenever he takes his finger off of it,
Yikes.
with Matthew McConaughey?
Been shot in the lung again.
Now, mind you, after he gets shot,
Yeah.
he's digging bullets out of himself
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a huge knife.
Yeah. Australia.
Now, okay, this leads me directly to question point summary number 2.
Okay.
The bad guy in this film
Yes. Hugo Weaving,
Rotten bastards.
is also the bad guy in what film?
The Matrix,
As,
Agent Smith.
okay. Do you think he approached the Wachowskis, or whatever their name is,
Wachowskis.
whatever, after this movie, like when they're forming the Matrix, and he's like, you know it'd be great if people shot at our protagonist and they can't hit him.
But
Do you think this movie is a precursor to the Matrix? Because I think it is.
possibly, except the key difference is that while they cannot hit Keanu,
They do.
right, bullet time,
They do hit him.
all they can do is hit Ned Kelly.
Yeah. Are Australian police officers terrible? Is that what I'm supposed to get from that?
But again, it's not their fault. Like, he gets hit several times. He is just, as he states in the movie, he is not bulletproof.
Yeah.
They just don't hurt him for some, like, they'll get stuck in him, but he doesn't
Right.
feel it.
Yeah.
Until,
Crazy.
of course, he does. Until we get to the end of the movie,
Yeah,
at
then he
which
feels
point
it.
now bullets can do him actual damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's so many.
Well, and because the script needs it to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want, for the viewers at home, let me give you a brief outline of the plot of this movie.
Oh,
because
man,
I feel
good luck
it's
to you.
so insane, I feel like we're going to want to jump around a lot.
Good luck.
So Ned Kelly is the sole member of the Kelly gang. There are a bunch of other Kellys on an island in Australia, but they just spend all day drinking beer. And
Because they are brewers.
Yeah. And it's up to Ned Kelly to rob banks to fund their beer brewing / drinking operation.
Right.
Hugo Weaving
Agent Smith.
decides he doesn't like Ned Kelly. He hires the guy who's the landlord on the Young Ones to help him figure out how to get rid of Ned Kelly. They decide to sell the island Ned Kelly lives on to the Japanese. And so Ned Kelly, but he has a chance to buy it himself if he can match the Japanese offer. He decides he'll just rob banks for it until Hugo Weaving points out the logic point but Ned Kelly robs from the rich and gives to the poor, so he can't keep the money.
Only in Australia.
Right. So he goes to America to rob American banks, discovers that American banks don't have cash.
One of them.
What would you like? A line of credit? A credit account? A credit card?
Cash.
Okay.
Please, fill out this application form.
What for?
Well, we don't get much call for cash these days. We have to order some in for you.
Yeah, but he settles on that as the
that's
deal.
Mm-hmm.
Joins the movie industry as a movie star to make the money. The movie studio is bought by Hugo Weaving so that the movie is canceled and he can't get paid. But the movie studio has some loose cash anyway and gives it to him.
No, they don't have loose cash.
Yes, they do.
No, the lady is laundering money in her wash machine to give to him.
Here's your money, Ned.
Holy cow. Mom's been laundering the company's money.
Right, which is what? Which is in what form?
It's not the movie business's loose cash. It's that lady. Don't look at your face right there. Please, when you re-edit this movie or this show, please freeze frame your face right at that instant, because it was Dad looking at me anytime he's made a point that he thinks is right, and I'm trying to rebut it. That was the exact face. I hope you freeze frame that perfectly, because it was awesome.
Noted. In any event, he comes back to Australia to buy the island, but Hugo Weaving has already started selling it to the Japanese, who are using boats to tow it across the ocean. A gunfight ensues. The Kellys win. The end.
The ropes were tremendous. Was that real? I can't tell if that was real. It looked awesome, whatever it was.
That was some of the best prop work I've ever seen.
They were
giant ropes.
enormous. How did they make that?
I don't know. Now let me ask you this. When they're towing the island to sea, why are they only stealing part of the island?
I don't know.
Because when they start towing it, then we get all these shots of the island breaking apart as if off of the mainland. But it's an island.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't the whole thing, accepting the logic that an island could be towed,
There you go. There you go.
why doesn't the whole thing just go?
I think they just messed it up. They weren't thinking.
Now there are two other movies within this movie.
Okay.
I would rather watch either of those movies.
The blonde lady that is a robber or something. What was that one?
The American Outlaw.
I'm taking out a loan.
Oh my God. It's the Hollywood outlaw. Don't kill me.
I've never killed anyone. I only shoot guns from the hands of those who would prefer to see me dead.
There you go.
Which is Ned Kelly's favorite movie.
Yep.
I would rather watch that movie.
Or the one that he's making?
Yeah, which is called
Cowboy something, right?
The Christian Cowboy.
There you go.
I would watch the heck out of The Christian Cowboy.
Now, when he shows up in Hollywood,
Yeah.
do you think, this is probably a stupid question, do you think he looks like Mad Max on purpose?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because those movies had been so huge.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also a movie that is largely lifting the plot of Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's on purpose.
Of course.
At least in as much as Australian guy has to come to America.
Mm-hmm.
Falls in love with American woman.
Yeah.
Australian guys really, if you believe these movies, really want to find a nice American woman.
And now, this is supposed to be a funny movie, so you say. I had one particular scene that I was laughing out loud at.
Please. Let's talk about the things we liked.
Did you have any scenes that you laughed out loud at?
Yeah, I have a whole list of things I liked. So what do you got?
My favorite thing, and perhaps one of my favorite scenes of any movie we've ever watched, is a impromptu press conference in Hollywood.
Yeah.
With Ned Kelly.
Yeah.
And his Hollywood director and the lady.
Yep. Quick pause. I think I know where you're going, and I did love this part. The director is played by comedian John Pinette.
Uh-huh.
Unquestionably the best part of this movie.
He's great.
Unquestionably.
Tremendous.
Go on.
And reporters start asking questions. I don't know what happens. Whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But this John Pinette guy, instead of cursing them, yells at them, "Hey, you take a meeting!" And they yell back, "No, you take a meeting!" And what's the other one? Oh, you keep in touch. No, you keep in touch.
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 No! You keep in touch. Oh, I'm not gonna keep in touch, 'cause you can keep in touch.
That was tremendous.
Keep in touch is phenomenal. All of John Pinette's scenes are tremendous. Tremendous.
Those scenes, when it's just him and his mom.
Yeah, the penguin from the Blues Brothers.
Right.
The Hollywood stuff, I liked quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like I really liked the Christian cowboy stuff. I like his costume that he has in it.
That's a good costume.
I like the ridiculous green screen joke that they have.
Freeze, Mr. Kelly. Music down. Turning off the blue screen.
Cut! I like his dialogue with Robin Banks where she's playing a nun.
Mm-hmm.
I like that the villain of Christian Cowboy is Big Mac Beth.
Who are you?
Big Mac Beth.
Because Robin's love of Shakespeare makes John Pinette realize, oh, Shakespeare's free? Let's add a lot of that to the movie.
Let's use it, yeah.
Who the hell's Shakespeare?
He died 400 years ago.
If it's 400 years old, that means legally all his stuff is out of copyright.
What do you say?
It's free.
Hey, Bernie. On second thought, there may be something to this Shakespeare stuff. Why don't you get a hold of some of his old scripts and freshen them up a bit?
I like that makes me, Bernie the screenwriter, tremendous character.
My favorite character is the British cop used by the bank.
Okay.
He was crazy, and then his wig that flies off at the end, awesome.
Good
Love
stuff.
That guy.
The guy from The Young Ones.
Yeah, you got it.
That's right. I'm a bank executive now. Does that mean I get to fly in the corporate jet?
He's pretty good too. Oh, but man, John Pinette, he has that whole speech about let's rent a video.
Yeah, he stole the show.
Mom, if we can just find the right actress to play opposite Ned, then every lovesick couple, every lonely guy and gal, every family in America will be saying, let's rent a video.
Amazing.
And all the phones in his office are guns.
Right, because it seems to be at least as much an anti-gun movie as an anti-anything else movie.
Right, yeah.
And so the idea of America having a fixation with guns is hammered home.
Of course.
Yeah. But the phone, I'll tell you what, I didn't really care for the gun phones until John Vignette gets out his.
The big
It's like
one.
an AK-47.
Hello.
How did everybody know each other's phone numbers in this movie? They were all calling each other, no problem.
Don't you remember, Chad, in the years before cell phones?
But these people didn't like know each other. They had no relationships.
Yellow Pages.
No, they didn't even touch each other. They were just like, I'll just call him right now. Here we go.
Here are some other random things I enjoyed about Reckless Kelly. I liked at the beginning, for the credits, we are approaching Australia, and Australia is upside down.
Yeah, I got it.
I liked that. I liked the repeated shots on the island of them having to sweep away beer cans.
That was great.
It's pretty good. I like that Hugo Weaving is shown a picture of a kangaroo and does not know what a kangaroo is.
Is it a rat?
Was he in Australia? I couldn't figure that out.
Ooh, good question. Yes, I believe that he is in Australia.
How did they get all those birth certificates in that office?
That was a pretty good part, too, where he's brought all the birth certificates for decades of the Kelly gang
on the island
into the thing.
And it was like literally floor to ceiling pages.
Yeah,
Like
that's
for
a
the
good
whole
part.
office.
That's a good part. Like, if the movie had been able to maintain that wacky tone,
sure,
it would have been great. But then it keeps veering off into this, like, quote-unquote Yahoo Serious social commentary.
That's why I didn't know if it was supposed to be funny.
I like that his house is also a video rental store.
Yeah, and a bar, and a brewery, and a hotel.
There is an extremely brief shot of a koala wearing a party hat.
Yeah, loved it.
Laughed out loud at that. Ooh, I want to save that one. That's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Oh, please, do save it.
I like when Hugo Weaving tells Kelly he's a larrikin.
You're a larrikin, Kelly.
Oh, and I like the gun store.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
That's a good part.
Semi-automatic. Price check. Man targets. Regular size.
Towards the end, like, Agent Smith sends all the bank guys to the island to, like, secure it or whatever.
Yeah, the other Agent Smiths.
Yeah, and it seems that they've trapped all the other Kellys inside the brewery.
Yeah.
Behind a door that they can't open.
Yeah.
But I don't remember seeing that happen.
Thank you.
Did I miss that, or?
If you missed it, I missed it. Because suddenly they're in that room, and I was like, did I stop paying attention for, like, it's not beyond the realm of possibility that I just straight stopped paying attention for 5 minutes of this movie.
Well, in my mind, it was like a 1 second scene that I had, like, that just happened to be the skip over scene.
Yeah. Don't know. I don't think so, though. But I can tell you this, if IMDb is to be believed, this movie is 20 minutes longer in Australia
than what we saw.
Yeah.
I think it's to be believed.
Could be.
That's probably the scene right there. This is probably a 20-minute scene.
Of rounding them all up. They're running all over the place.
Right, because there's animals everywhere and
stuff.
Right,
yeah. They have one of them boxing kangaroos.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this.
Oh, okay.
There is a scene when Kelly gets to America, to Hollywood, and he has decided he wants to rob banks.
Yes.
Where he sees a blood bank, and he's like, "Buh?"
Right.
Then the next thing he sees, another, visual gag, is an eye bank.
Mm-hmm.
What's an eye bank?
I don't know. But I don't know.
Hey,
I can't even think of what it would be.
I can't either. Swing and a miss for me.
That could be like an Australian joke. Who knows?
It could be. Could be. I did not like when Hugo Weaving kicked a wombat.
No, yeah, what was up with that? He didn't kick it, he stomped it.
Didn't care for it. Didn't care for it.
Well, there's a lot of this movie that you couldn't do today.
No. Like, pretty much, well, here's the thing. I don't know if you couldn't do this today. I would like to think you wouldn't do this today, because it doesn't make any sense.
Uh-huh.
So he gets to America. He goes to the set of The American Outlaw.
Sure.
Which he mistakes for an actual bank robbery.
Oh, man, I know where you're
somehow
going.
missing all of the cameras and everything.
I didn't get this.
They say cut. The actress starts speaking in a deep voice, and we are to now understand that she's a man?
Rockethead here rides up and says, "Get on the bike." Well, I'm an actor.
I didn't get it.
I assume that was supposed to be an isn't Hollywood weird kind of a joke.
I guess.
But no, I also did not get it. I did not like it.
And it was like the voice of the guy from Mrs. Doubtfire, you know? That
Yeah,
does the
real
hair.
Harvey Firestein.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Right, you got it.
Yeah. Did not get it, did not care for it.
Mm-hmm.
Did not. We were informed at the end of this movie, though, that no fly was harmed.
Although during the whole movie, he shoots them with a gun.
Yeah, repeatedly.
And no bullets like go anywhere. Like that's all it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The bullet it hits the fly, and they both stop.
Yeah. And the bullet disappears.
Right.
Like, there's no more bullet.
Because that's what it's. It's like Super Mario or something.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the other best part of this movie, the non-John Pignette best part of this movie.
Okay.
Teaching the dog to talk.
Cornflakes. No, fella. Cornflakes. Cornflakes. Come on, talk.
Yeah, and he did. He did it.
Where is Dan?
Cornflakes.
The payoff was terrific.
It was terrific. It took a long time.
Oh, there is a solid hour between the scene where he's trying to teach the dog to talk and then the payoff for teaching the dog to talk.
And here's another question.
Okay.
The people are stuck in the brewery.
Yeah.
Stuff starts catching fire.
Sure.
The dog is like in the middle of the fire, but he's sleeping. Did they do something to the dog?
I don't know.
He
There
was
is
just
definitely
there.
a chunk of this movie missing.
Yeah, the dog was just there, and then like water hits him, and he gets up. He's like, "Oh yeah, stuff's on fire," and he leaves.
Right.
What was the point of that?
I don't know.
Because they focused on the dog laying in the fire for
Right.
a long time,
Yeah.
but no explanation for it. Where were all the other animals for the fire? What happened to them?
The koalas and wombats and kangaroos and whatnot.
Yeah,
They don't
right.
live in the house.
Yeah, they do.
All right.
They're sleeping on the couch several times.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ugh, pay attention.
You zinged me. That is about what I have to say about Reckless Kelly. Do you have...
I gotta say, the weirdness that has existed in all the other movies we've watched.
Yeah.
To me, this one, I was left aghast through most of this, where I didn't really understand the tenor, the tone, the reasoning. I was a little bit lost on this one.
It so lacks focus.
Yeah.
That it is a difficult movie to follow or understand.
Like the Wizard one,
Yeah.
I get. Like the dude's just a weird guy that's doing a weird movie that's had some cool effects.
Right. Like there's a degree to which The Wizard of Speed and Time is more understandable because it's so much lower a budget.
Right.
This is like a Waterworld level misfire.
Yeah.
Like not that much money.
Of course.
But like clearly young Einstein had been enough of a success that they gave him extra money and he pooped the bed.
Now, when I saw at the beginning of the movie when it says a Yahoo Serious film, I was like, oh, Yahoo teamed up with Serious, whatever that is, for a movie. I didn't know that this was a person.
Satellite radio.
Until the end, I saw the credits. I was like, oh, that's his name? I didn't know. Had no idea.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you. I wish I didn't know. Whereas my reaction upon seeing this sucker at the thrift store was, Yahoo Serious did another movie where he plays Ned Kelly?
Reckless Ned Kelly.
Yeah. A movie that the box wants us to believe is in the spirit of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective and Naked Gun 33 1/3. So not the Naked Gun.
No, the bad one.
Or worst in any event.
Okay, sure.
I don't know that 2.5 isn't anything to call him. No. Reckless Kelly. Where would you put this one?
Ooh, bottom third.
Ooh. Middle.
I just didn't get it.
No. But I sort of appreciate that it's a movie that gave us a lot of questions to ask.
You know what? This guy took some swings. I like that.
Yeah, for
Some
sure.
of the other bad ones that we've watched, they just look like, we're just going to make a movie.
If they had made this same movie with not Yahoo Serious as the star, even if he's still writing and directing it, because like he clearly sees himself as like cool and smart and sexy.
Well, or if somebody else wrote and directed it.
I think that a more bumbling actor.
Sure.
I keep coming back to UHF. If this movie starred Weird Al,
that could be good.
I think it would be a better movie.
That could be good.
Right?
They're not much different.
No, except Weird Al doesn't take himself this seriously.
Right, yeah, or he's not really mad.
Right.
He's not clearly mad at everything.
Right. If you can imagine a Weird Al song.
Yeah, he makes a badger joke because it's funny.
Right.
Not because he's mad about badgers.
Right. But if you can imagine a Weird Al song where somehow Weird Al decided to write a song, like a very serious anti-guns / banking movie or song, that would be what this movie is.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah.
Or what's that other guy from South Bend, the Toast guy? What's that guy? Who's that guy? Yeah, Toast.
I am so glad you brought this up.
Graham? No, something like that. What?
Haywood Banks.
There you go, Haywood Banks.
Who we saw live in concert at minimum 3 times. Maybe 4.
Yep.
Who Mom took us to the radio station to meet.
If pigs had wings.
I think about and sing those songs to myself constantly.
I don't remember them really. I just remember the catchphrases.
Yeah, well, that's all there is to. What else do you need to remember?
I guess.
Yeah, like somebody talks about toast, and I'm thinking,
yeah, toast.
Here's the deal: no one knows who this guy is.
Hey, they got to get on board.
He could not have been a more famous funny song guy in northern Indiana, southern Michigan.
He was great.
But does not seem to have reached beyond that at all.
What's the marshmallow one? There's a marshmallow one, right?
What was that one? I think it was like a Frosty the Snowman song.
Yeah, I think so, because we threw marshmallows at him.
Yeah, because Chess.
I think that's why I like going, because I could throw toast at this dude and marshmallows, and people threw pigs at him.
As I recall, they were pretty good shows.
Yeah, I liked it.
Like the patter was pretty good.
Yeah, I could throw
a thing we
at
could agree on.
Yeah.
We did not. People will be shocked to believe we liked very different things growing up.
And to this day.
Yeah. But for some reason, and he would remark on that South Bend was the only place that did this.
Yeah.
He would go to a Haywood Banks concert, which was at a medium-sized venue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there would be a couple of hundred people at this thing.
Right.
And when he would sing his song Toast, you would huck pieces of toast
at him.
People, including us, people would show up to these concerts with an entire loaf of bread toasted to throw slices at him. And he had to wear like a welding mask.
I remember that. That was a good one.
When he would sing Fishin' Worms.
Oh, there you go. There's a good one. I haven't heard that one.
Gummy worms go flying.
Yep.
It was marshmallows for that Frosty song because people just wanted to huck things at this guy.
Yeah. And stuffed pigs with wings on them.
For if pigs had wings.
Yeah.
Away they'd soar.
You got it.
Yeah. Oh God. I will think about him and bring it up. No one will know what I'm talking about. I recently, because I think I got in my head, I'd go see that guy.
Well, you're much farther away from.
Yeah, he is definitely not touring up here. That's for sure.
No, I'm sure I could mention him around here and people would know.
Oh, for sure. Do you remember? So he had CDs.
Yeah.
And we had a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, some of the songs on his CDs and like his more famous songs would be recordings from the radio with the DJs laughing in the background.
Yeah.
What was up with that?
Well, to tell you when to laugh. To tell you when to laugh, buddy.
Oh, gosh. What were those guys' names? Jack and Bruce.
Jack and Bruce, and then...
Formerly Jack and Rob.
Right, yes. Rob left, then came Bruce.
Right, we had hats that were autographed by Rob.
Miss Rob.
Oh, it was never as good without Rob.
You know, Jack's still on the air. I don't know who else is.
Well, I assume it's Jack and Bruce, and then there's a lady that changes every 2 to 3 years.
I don't think Bruce is there. I think Bruce
you
has
don't
had
think
some
so?
issues. Yeah, I think he's gone.
Do you remember when Jack came to the hardware store?
Oh, I remember it.
We were very excited.
Yeah. Too bad he came to the hardware store in New Carlisle, Indiana.
Hey, we pestered him for 2 hours.
That's right. He earned his money from us.
That's right. Oh, Reckless Kelly was the movie we watched today, folks. I don't know. Watch it if you want. I think the whole thing's on YouTube.
Oh, good for you. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's not good.
We will see you next time with another bad movie.
Bye.